Oh yeah,
He's great, man. I like what he fights for, what he stands for. Great kid.
I know it hasn't been all ups and downs, or all ups for tonight for Team Alpha Male, but it's got to be kind of cool to see this event here and see so many Alpha Males representing on the card.
You know, that's what I was speaking earlier about. You know, just a lot of them are local fighters that born and raised in the area or the vicinity. A lot of us are adopted, Sacramentoans. So it's great to see the Sacramento City, the energy as they come out and just holler and cheer for them on it. It's nice. I would love to fight here, and hopefully in the future that I'll be able to fight my adopted state, Sacramento, or city. So yeah, it's awesome to see, and it's always, these guys are warriors. These girls, guys and girls are warriors every time they step inside there. The octagon, they're leaving a piece of themselves inside there. So I tip my hat to everyone that does it.
So speaking of you fighting, what's the health update, and when you got any news for us? When can we expect to see you in there?
Feeling great, I'm looking forward to November return. I just got cleared. I ended up tearing my hand, tore my tendon in my wrist. So that was like a pretty extensive injury in the Munoz fight. I don't know what happened in there. We're in a little gun battle, and it just didn't heal. I was just trying to get back to training, so I wanted to get back in the fight. And I felt great. I had a great camp. Sometimes it just happens in every fight. Looking back on that fight, I was watching the fight with Alex Jimenez. I know I'm way better than these guys, but sometimes go to their level. When I bang it out. But when I stick to my skills, my speed, and do what I've done to become a world champion, no one in the world can match me. So I'm excited. The main thing is just staying hungry, motivated. Health is a huge factor in that, being, motivated to get in there and train. Right after the Cruz fight, I tore my knee, and it was like, it's been injuries after injuries after injuries, and, it came at a cost. I did four fights in 1 year and became a world champion, but my body broke down. I trained hard, and I was set on a goal. So now it's about, being smart. I'm 28, years old, and I feel like a lot of my best performances are ahead of me. So, it's a marathon. A lot of these guys have never reached the pinnacle like I have at an early age and in the career, and as many fights as I've had. So I'm still learning, growing, and the hunger and the motivation is there. So just taking my time, and I'm just blessed to be able to spend the time with my family, my son, 16 months old now. So those times I'll never get back. So I think it's a blessing in disguise that my career's kind of taken this stop, and started, as far as transcending. Each win you're going to keep fighting, So being able to, sit at home, still train, be with my family, watch my son grow, be hands-on. And, that is just the most important thing to me. Obviously I'm going to go out there and provide. I'm going to go out there and do what I have to do to make sure that, we're taken care of, but all in due time. So November I like a return, and anybody in the top 5 can get it. I like all those fights. I even rattled off, Dominic Cruz. That'd be a fun rematch. He hasn't fought since I beat him, and he's had a lot of injuries. So Rafael Sensao, there's that Russian kid. I forget his name now. Man, there's so many dudes that I like to fight in the top. I truly believe I'm the best in the world. The fight game is, so, one win erases all that. So I'm excited to get back in there and just show my skills.
What's it been like? Uriah's been a mentor for all of you for all these years. What's it like seeing him going back into a fight camp and getting back to the octagon tonight?
Couldn't imagine. I could not imagine. That's that guy is cut from a different cloth. You know what I mean? Like, not many 40-year-olds are coming back after nearly a 3-year layoff, and putting himself into the Lions. And I mean, our gym is just full of every day you got to be on, or you're getting your head ripped off. There's not an easy day, there's not an easy round, there's not an easy anything, and that's how it has to be. All these guys are leveling up. The MMA is just transcending, and the skills level is higher. You're seeing different things being thrown at you. So for Uriah to have such a lucrative career, and as long as he's had ups and downs, that just says in itself how mentally strong he is, and he believes in himself. And I'm excited for him to go out and fight. I'm actually probably the only one in the gym that told him not to take a fight. There's a lot of reasonings why, and I remember him telling me, he's like, why don't you want me to fight, Cody? I said, first of all, I love you, my brother, you helped out, you know, you've done so much. There's nothing for you to do in the sport.
He's already in the Hall of Fame.
You're in the Hall of Fame, you've been a world champion, you fought at the highest level for over a decade, you know, so what is it, you know, and it's not the money, you know what I mean? Like, I could see if it was the money, if they were still paying him what he deserves. He's not. A lot of these guys, you know, it's sad to see a lot of these OGs or these pioneers of the sport not get paid and have to go out and do something else. Luckily, Raya has done a lot of good business endeavors and done well with that, to where he could, you know, make this money and turn it into a profit or investment, you know. But that was first and foremost, there's nothing for him to do in the sport. I think that he had a great sail-off, you know, his last fight here in the Golden One Center. He beat a very veteran, tough Brad Pickett, you know, and then next week I fought for Dominic Cruz, so it was like there's nothing for him to gain, you know, besides a little bit of monetary value that really at the end of the day isn't much, you know, what he deserves, you know, and that just me being real and being honest with him. But you know, when someone's stuck in their ways and has something in their head, you're not going to change it. But you know, so I just hope that he goes out there and enjoys it. You know, he's a gamer, he's in there. You know, I was able to get a few practices in with him. Like I said, I was injured, so a lot of these guys I was able to get in the last few weeks of training, and you know, so that was cool to see. But you know, to be here, speaking on the energy, the crowd, he feeds off that, and his veteran experience, you know, hopefully can catapult him to win tonight.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about the state of the division and its current champion?
Yeah, was the cringe champ, triple C, Henry. Yeah, no, he's great, awesome. You know, always been a big fan of him. You know, he's represented our country so well. You know, being a gold medalist and at a young age. I mean, he's great. You know, he's leveled up. You know, he's had some losses, and you see him each fight leveling up. You know. Division, I think, is one of the most stacked divisions in the UFC. I mean, you just got 170. I mean, I think every division's tough, but you see a lot of guys, you know, in our division, bantamweight, lightweight, flyweight, featherweight. These guys are, you know, going and knocking people out. Like, let's get us these big paychecks. You know what I mean? Like, we're putting on entertaining fights. I've been in, you know, almost every one of my fights has been entertaining. I've been getting, you know, performance bonus of some sort. You know, so I think the pay has to come up for us guys too. You know, and you know, that's great. I'm super excited. You know, I'm sitting back and, you know, I'm training hard. I'm getting ready to go in there and the battle again. I see all these you know, future adversaries that I'm ready to, you know, to take, and it kind of feels like I'm back to the beginning. You know what I mean? And that's what I think keeps me so hungry. It's like I've been to the top. Now it feels like I'm a fresh, you know, plate, and I get to climb back up that mountain. A different path this time, but the same intentions to get to the top.
Generally speaking, regarding PEDs, some guys get away with using PEDs for a long time maybe because they're doing something that's not being thoroughly tested for, and then ultimately that takes money away from the other guys who are doing it correctly and who may end up getting a loss on our record. So it's not just the W's and the L's, but also the money that comes with being a champion, for example.
You're talking about my situation with TJ, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, he's still alive. You know, he's still
Were you
alive.
surprised when
I wasn't surprised. I was not surprised at all. I was surprised that's the first time USADA has ever tested for EPO. You know, and I stated back in 2017 at the press conference that I would like to do some more invasive testing with it. Like, we have to log in everywhere we everywhere we go. We have to answer the doors at 6 a.m., piss, urine, blood, everything to work. You know, write down every supplement that we have. There should be no boundaries or picos or this or that. Either you cheat or you don't. You know what I mean? And the first time that he got tested for EPO is when he fought Henry, and it wasn't even by USADA, or it was by USADA. So did correct me on that. So it's crazy. So why are we getting tested for it? We're not in there shooting steroids up and getting big. You know, they're doing the EPO. You know, they're doing all that kind of shit to, you know, cardio base. You know, and I knew that. I knew TJ was on that, and that's why I started learning more invasive testing. And then, you know, he's been on it for, I mean, 5-6 years. You know, and that's not the only thing he's on. You know, there's a lot of other players that are on shit too. So if you're gonna have draw a line on what we can do or how we can test, you can't keep this sample. You can't detect the EPO. Then what are we to get tested for? And let it all be legal. Let's all get juiced up and go in there and fuck each other up. You know, that's ultimately what they want. You know.
But what about the money side? The guys who didn't make that money, because they didn't get the win because the other guy had an edge.
Exactly, yeah. I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here, you know. Could be different. Knock TJ out, I could be the next biggest superstar in the UFC. You know what I mean? TJ doesn't come back in the first round, the second round like he does, you know, because he had EPO in the system. He's able to regenerate, he's able to get his bearings
Does that make
back.
you think of legal recourses, or that doesn't cross your mind?
And my thing is, look, I believe in karma. You know what I mean? Being a good person, I just gotta focus on myself. I can't focus on what any other individual human's doing. You know, I can focus on being a good person myself, being a good father, being a good husband, being there, and going in every day, and you know, putting the work in, and getting back to the mountain, getting back to the top, being a world champion, and that's what keeps me going. You know, I've been just excited to get my hands back in there, get back in the octagon, and it's you know, obviously I wouldn't say that I don't think about it. You know what I mean? Like, what if? But now it's like, I know I'm the best in the world, drug free. You know, I've had over probably 40 tests from USADA, and nothing. There's nothing, you know, that's been illegal or nothing. So like I said, I think that we need to have to change the guidelines of that. You know, like, it's the first time you're getting tested for it when another fighter says, hey, he's on everything. You know, and teaches this and that. I said the drug that he was on, and what, 3 years later he gets tested for it? And I only asked, I said, I'll still fight him. I don't care. I said, you know, just get more invasive testing. You know, like Mayweather wanted to do with Pacquiao, you know, when they fought. You know, come in and do that. And third party testing, if that's what it is. And I even said I would pay for it. You know, we said that, my Ali, my manager. It is what it is, you know, but I'm excited for the division. I'm excited to get back in there. I'm excited to go and get my title back. So, yeah, I'm getting pumped up now. Ryan's coming up. Shit.
Awesome.
Okay.
Good seeing you, Cody.